I think how high you would want to level your black belt if you choose to run one would depend largely on what support items you have and what, support magic is out there. But it looks like our runners are off.
Alright, let's see what we got on the magic shops, which they will make a mad dash to.
Ooh, level 1 Fade.
Oh, that's really good for the, if the red mage, well, I'm pretty sure the red mage can learn Fade.
Red mage cannot learn Fade. A red wizard could, though, in that slot.
Oh, well, I guess jkoper's black belt isn't going to give him any detriment, since the only one that's going to have Fade is their white mage. They're on equal grounds, I think, for now.
Yeah, I think, the fighter party, this could help out, depending on what the weapon status is for Kaiten's party. It's definitely anyone's game with how early it is. No one's getting a huge advantage out of this Fade here.
Yeah, it's really good to have, though, especially once you get to, well, I guess when the place you're going to be seeing the big benefit from Fade is up to Volcano. I mean, early game you can get by with Lightning 2s or Fire 2s or some sort of level 2 or 2 spell.
With these round 2 flags, we are seeing the max boost allowed. So we see, looks like Kaiten opting to take some fights and go back into town, whereas jkoper is taking his Fade spell and running straight to Garland. Can't say I blame him.
Yeah, I've been seeing this run straight to Garland strat. It's a lot more dangerous, as you can see. Just roo. I like jkoper's names. Roo.
Yeah, Ruru almost got destroyed by that ghoul there.
Yeah.
Taking one fight, I mean, the difference between level 1 and level 2 health is, you almost double the health of your party members.
Yeah, even in vanilla, where there's no, like, increased attributes, they still hit really hard for level 1 party level. As you can see, they're about to die.
Yeah, this, I've run a strategy similar to what jkoper is doing right now, but, it might be backfiring on him a little bit. He might lose a little time here.
Yeah, I am not a big fan of going into Temple of Fiends at level 1. I like to get level 2, maybe get a tent or some potions to go in.
That Dragon Armor is actually of note, since both runners are using a fighter. That's probably the best armor. Oh, and jkoper does take a death.
Yeah.
In Temple of Fiends.
That is unfortunate. He's not going to be too behind if he makes it this time. I would probably forgo the Dragon Armor and pick it up later. Yeah, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, if he needs to come back to pick up that with because the Dragon Armor does require a tail. So if you're in a point where you've got the tail, you've got the airship, you can come back here if you really want it. But with the black belt, I have a feeling he probably won't be coming back.
Yeah, if he decides to level it, maybe he'll get an early Mossmoon and decide to not level, because with these flags, early Mossmoon level 21 is more than enough to beat the game.
Oh yeah, especially if you've got fast or something like that available.
Yeah.
And honestly, that death didn't cost jkoper a whole lot of time. To be honest with you, maybe 10-15 seconds. He probably spent more time trying to deal with those fights in Temple of Fiends than he did from the actual run back to the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, that small advantage that he would have had in like a minute or two is going to be offset. Well, he's a little bit behind on because of the levels, but you just kill one imp and you get up to level 5 because of the such low XP requirements early. So he's okay.
So we've got a loot for jkoper and a loot for Kaiten here as well. So definitely still a tight race.
Gold bracelet for 27,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of the damages.
Yeah, that's about average a price. It's a little bit lower than you usually see a gold bracelet like 35,000 and up.
Yeah, it's I think the price scaling is still pretty a lot of variability with these flags, but it's always nice to see one early so you know where it is so you can come back for it, and then also have it not be quite so backbreakingly expensive.
jkoper deciding to check Matoya first. Let's see what he gets.
Question in chat, where can you get this randomizer? It is available. Let's see if I can remember the code for it.
jkoper making it to Matoya Escape. He gets gold, 8,000, which is pretty good, a Wear Sword, and 5,000 gold. I would take that gold and that sword. It's usually good to get the level 3 and 4 spells in Elfland. Ruru, 4 files. Ruru.
Yeah, Kaiten's fighting those doggos.
I mean, not for files, for Kaiten. Yeah, I thought you were racing Kappa, Kappa.
I mean, I can run out. I can join these guys. Just get wrecked.
Indeed.
But yeah, jkoper finding just enough gold. I think I would consider walking it out too. Although I think it's faster if you're heading to Provoca from Matoya's Cave to not go south around that mountain again.
Yeah, you can cross the desert. I didn't know that either until I saw people doing it, and I adopted that too. Rurus against Rurus here for jkoper.
It's Rurus everywhere. You can't escape it.
Yeah, the battle of the Rurus.
Everyone get your Rurus and your Frankerz's in chat. Unfortunately, he is murdering those cute doggos.
Oh, Ruru Fighter went down to those enemy Rurus.
It's like everything's named Marklar except it's Ruru. So if jkoper's Ruru goes down, we're gonna have to pay real close attention to see which one.
Yeah.
Alright, so both runners pretty close here. The opening gamuts for the two of them ended up being a bit of a wash. Level 1 Fade making really quick work of. Oh wow, jkoper getting destroyed. Oh no.
Oh, he just got wrecked by that ogre. Down.
Yeah, I think he's gonna opt to skip the gold now because I don't think he saved afterwards from Matoya's Cave.
He only had one cabin, so.
Oh, level 2 nuke, free seed, level 1 Fade, level 2 nuke.
This is looking very promising early game.
Yeah, that's one way to say it. Oh, Kaiten opting not to save before the pirate fight. That's a bold strategy.
That is quite brave. I mean, even with round 2 flags, it's not that common that you're gonna get something that pirates with something nasty. But you never know.
Miata and I have both been burned by like Fire 3 or Nuke pirates, so it's probably PTSD that we always save in the end before we fight them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go against those guys without saving. No way.
Especially if you spend a lot of time shopping for spells on the east side of the town, you might as well save. It takes like 5 to 7 seconds, not very long. It's literally on your way.
Yeah, and you also
got those 5 to 7 seconds back, so props to him, I guess.
You also don't know if where was the furthest point that you saved. Maybe you saved like really far back before the town, and you still gotta run all the way there.
Yep. And we didn't mention it because Nuke was so exciting, but not a whole lot interesting in the White Magic shop other than maybe Invis. Not as exciting as Invis 2. Or
yeah,
Nuke,
usually wasting a spell slot for Invis is not worth it. Unless there's really nothing there, but still, I don't know. I wouldn't take it.
Alright, so Kaiten taking his ship. Let's see if he's going to do the Dwarf Cave check, or if he's going to go straight to Marsh. Looks like with that cabin, yeah, he will be checking the Dwarf Cave.
Yeah, let's see if we get some lazy dwarves.
I always like to think of it as maybe the dwarves aren't lazy so much as Narek is just really easily fooled, and they like to hide the TNT inside the cave.
Maybe he's trying to postpone his death because he knows that he's gonna explode when he uses it.
Yeah, his friends are just really trying to help him out. Ooh, Thor Hammer. Kaiten deciding to walk out the Thor Hammer.
Question in chat. I'm assuming that once you choose your classes, it's locked in. For example, jkoper couldn't switch his black belt for a mage. For round 2 flags, you only have one forced class. and that was the black mage. So the other 3 party members, it was open party. They chose their classes. I think I was muted that whole time. Was I?
Oh no, I heard you.
All right, sounds good.
But what I think the question might have been going more toward was that if jkoper wanted to remake his party after seeing those spells, he could. The only restriction is you have to have at least 1 black mage in your party. But for how nice these spells are, I don't think it was worth re-rolling, because the black belt is still going to be useful for the single target damage for all the bosses at the end of the seed.
Yeah, Fios explained it much better than I could. And
sorry, buddy, I got you back. Teamwork. Ooh, life 2 available in the both life spells, and of note, both of those are red mage learnable.
Alright, so they got a little bit of good sustain now. All they need is a few heal spells and they're good.
Yeah, I'd say Magic Christmas Land would be Warp and Exit, and of course there's Exit. Not Red Mage learnable, though.
But we also have Cure 4.
Boy, the only thing they're missing is Fast for Magic Christmas Land to be completely true.
Well, Fire 3 is not fast, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Although a little expensive.
Well, they do have Nuke at level 2. I mean, Fire 3 would only be useful to save those valuable Nuke charges later on.
Yeah, exactly. But Fire is probably one of the better elementals. Undead are weak against it, so are a lot of like the Earth things and Earth Cave and what have you.
Yeah, I mean...
Although if I had to choose, I would probably choose Ice. It has a little higher damage, and those pesky waters can be dealt with easier.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. For the early game, I prefer Ice for Volcano, and later for those waters like you mentioned.
Oh yeah, Volcano is a good point too. We did see the bottle in Elfland there, so bottle for sale in Elfland. These runners will have to come back and pick that up. Since this is a Marsh Cave required seed, I have a feeling they will try to get enough money to purchase it so they don't have to come back.
Yeah, usually I don't purchase the bottle early because I like to check what's in level 5 and 6 magic if I do proceed with the mages. And that's where things get really expensive.
That is very true. See, I'm showing my strategy colors now. I'm so used to running red mages all the time, I almost never buy anything from level 5 or 6.
It is a strat. Sometimes you get everything early on and you don't even need to get level 5 or 6 or on.
Yeah, I mean, if I was these runners, I have Cure, or I have Fade and Nuke, I have Life 2 and Exit, all available from levels 1 through 3. So, there's not a ton more I'm looking for outside of, things that are extra charges or conveniences. Outside of Warp or Fast or some defensive spells, I'm not looking for a whole lot more.
Yeah, with Cure 4 on level 4, also, you only would expect to see maybe Heal 3. Invis 2 if you're desperate for that, Evade.
Oh yeah, yeah. Heal 3 is not to be underestimated. That is a pretty awesome spell in the randomizer. Alright, jkoper doing his magic shopping right now. Meanwhile, we've got Kaiten with a bit of a lead heading into Marsh Cave here. He's a bit low level, but with all those Fade and Nuke charges, who really cares?
Yeah, those early deaths from jkoper are showing right here, but it's not... it's a small lead. I mean, everything starts to diverge after Volcano.
Yep. We'll see if there's anything nasty in Ambush Cave here. Living up to its name on Kaiten's screen. He's already on his second ambush fight on this floor already. He debates punching one of those spiders with his black mage and thinks the better of it and decides to run away instead.
Yeah, I would not fight those mugs or scums without a variety of spells, because one of them they're resistant to or weak to different elementals.
Pro Ring in the top of Marsh. He's taking the time to equip it, which makes me wonder if he's going to walk it out. He's too low level, I think, to have any charges of Exit. I would have to look at his menu, but I don't think he has the ability to cast it quite yet.
No, he doesn't. He's level 4, I think, 5.
That sounds about right, based on their hit points there.
Yeah, I think level 4 charges are They're level 8, 7 or 8.
Yeah, Adamant picked up for Kaiten there. Yeah, and he's discovering the lack of exit charge right now and is going to hoof it out.
Yeah, I would also walk out the Pro Rank. It's pretty good against those nasty death attacks like Squint or Glare or Rub.
Yep, and Adamant without weapon fixes on, the second best sword in the game.
So he's good with for a sword until he gets... I mean, as long as he gets the tail. Oh, there's a Thor hammer for jkoper on his black belt. Where did they get the Thor hammer? I don't remember.
Thor hammer was in... I was either in Matoya's or Dwarf Cave.
Oh yeah, that's right. He hasn't went into...
jkoper getting a Windows 10 update.
Oh, that Windows update. Let's hope it's not a blue screen of death. Kappa, Kappa.
Oh, dude, too soon. Too soon. It still hurts, man. It still hurts. I saw the blue screen. I just immediately, I'm hearing helicopters in the background. I'm having stress flashbacks. It's awful.
Nah, you'll get another chance to make it up.
That is true.
Kaiten is having a little trouble with those scums. His red mage is low on life.
Yeah, things in Marsh Cave. The bone's not hitting too hard, but just the plethora of ambush fights can wear down an underlevel party like Kaiten's got. So he's definitely running a risk right now doing this so low level, but he hasn't been punished for it too hard quite yet.
Yeah, he does have a few charges of Cure 4, so he can still make it. Those scums hit quite hard, especially without such undergeared party.
Ooh, that's a dead fighter. Oh, he takes the reset.
Did he not buy any heal potions?
I don't believe so.
Oh, that's strange. Usually, like, well, I mean, it doesn't take anything to buy like 20 or 30 of them before going into March Cape.
Yeah, the fast and loose strats from Kaiten here did just now bite him in the butt a little bit, although he's got a nice walk on this RNG table here down to the bottom of Marsh.
Yeah, at least
jkoper a little bit higher level, so he's just gonna plow through Marsh Cave when he gets there. He's just gonna be nuking and fading stuff left and right. So
that's also gonna help him a lot getting into Volcano. Whereas if Kaiten doesn't level up, he's gonna have even more trouble going in there.
Yep, and I don't think Kaiten still does not have a spell charge for exit, whereas I believe jkoper might be level 8 or 9, and will have a charge for it.
Yeah, he should have one charge at least of exit. I wonder if he's gonna keep it, or does he have a house? I don't know if he has a house. If he does, he's gonna check the top and then exit. He does not have a house.
Alright, TNT pick up for Kaiten there. We'll see if he makes his way out of here alive with it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if jkoper decides to use the exit or reset and not care about the adamant. Be an interesting choice to make. I have a feeling he might reset it since he's got a black belt.
I don't know. I mean, there's the adamant and the pro ring with a silver helmet. I think that's pretty good to take out.
Yeah, I could see the argument both ways on that one. But yeah, the safety or the safer strat is probably definitely to walk it out.
Kaiten reset again. He had a lot of trouble down there, so jkoper is like right on his heels now with considering that deficit that he had early on.
Well, and considering the fact that he's got potentially has an exit charge to use, he is way ahead because he'll be able to get out of the bottom of Marsh Cave real quick.
Yeah.
There's an adamant pickup for jkoper.
I wonder if he's gonna use it now. I think
he's got two charges of exit.
Oh, he's set. Wow.
Yep, yeah, level 9. His red mage or his white mage was at not an 8. So.
For Kaiten. Oh, his black mage is dead.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Kaiten here. The lead he had from these strats is starting to slip away from him from all these deaths and resets in Marsh. I do like jkoper's level up strat before going to Marsh Cave when you have exit. I mean, you have to level up a little bit anyway at the beginning of this seed. Why not do it early, take advantage of that exit, and so you don't have to, you can spend the least amount of time in crappy Marsh Cave as possible.
Yeah, since it's so easy to level up early on, you just need every single battle is probably gonna give you a level, and up to level 8 or 9. So why not get them early and be safe?
Yeah, I would definitely tend to agree with you on that one. But the gamble could have just easily have paid off for Kaiten, but it is currently not, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this is round 2 seeds with nothing strange on these enemies. Imagine if they had a nasty spell.
If he had been getting blazed or something like that.
Yeah, it would be impossible for Kaiten to go down.
Well, luckily the Fade and Nuke charges on his mages are going to make killing these wizards a little bit easy for him. Oh, and his fighter goes down. Those wizards hit like trucks.
Oh, gee, 60-something damage on them.
And he does not have the spell charges. I think he might have 1 spell charge of life.
I guess that's more. That's more than enough. As long as he keeps his fighter up to take the hits. He's not using it though. I don't think he does.
I would just grab the TNT and run if I were him at this point with his levels the way they are. I would just take the TNT and run and pray to God that nothing was in the rest of this place. Yeah,
the chances of there being another quest item down there is very small. I mean, it does happen, possible, but not small. Yeah, it's not a high probability. jkoper picks up the TNT, with the TNT.
Can we get some explosion hype? I think we. Speaking of explosion hype, I think we're going to see some nuke and fade casts out of jkoper's mages here.
Oh yeah, that will make quick work of them.
Alright, well, Kaiten checked every chest and immediately reset, so I think he's going to go down for that TNT and then GTFO as soon as he can. Yeah, I think these, the risky low-level strats for him have not paid off this seed, unfortunately.
Yeah, they almost
Definitely a bold gamble, though. I see where he was going with it.
They almost did. I mean, he was doing really good until this place.
jkoper taking the time to put a silver dagger on his black mage.
I never. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that leaving the black mage like unarmed is. I mean, I never understood equipping the black mage with a weapon.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that one. Maybe it makes him feel better. The black mage is like, hey guys, I'm contributing too. You know, he wants to hold something and look cool in the victory pose. He doesn't want to just, stand there with his arms at his side, awkwardly, on the side of the dance floor while everyone else is fighting. That has to be the reason.
Yeah, that would be really horrible for his storytelling to his grandchildren.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you the story of how my friends and I went to the Marsh Cave and rescued the trapped TNT to open up the canal. And then the storybook's got, the fighter slicing gargoyles in half, and then the black mage is just like picking his nose.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm kind of picking up the TNT for possibly the 3rd time. Let's see if he can get out of Marsh Cave here alive.
Oh, this time he's just booking it out.
Can't say I blame him. I think if you're gonna, forgetting which way is which in Marsh Cave there, those are steps he can't afford to take.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't cost him. As long as he gets to the next floor, he's not gonna have too much trouble because I don't think there's fewer mugs in the top floor than on this floor.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do the low-level Marsh Cave strats, I think you might have to make peace with the fact that you're gonna grab the TNT and run, and that's gonna be your gamble. I think Kaiten tried to have his cake and eat it too. Unfortunately, he spent a lot of time looking at all those chests in the bottom.
Yeah, well, he also has a 1-0 lead on jkoper, so I guess he can afford to try a little bit something new. I also hope jkoper doesn't feel behind because of those early deaths. Rurus against Rurus! He just resets.
Oh, nope, here we are again.
Oh, indeed.
And he's cooking them. Yeah, with these round 2 flags, you get max bonus per individual enemy, so those large packs are definitely not a terrible experience and gold pickup this early.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Usually a large pack is going to give you a level if you're below 10. So it's definitely worth it to kill large packs if you have the AoE for them.
Yeah, and with how free Fade and Nuke were in this seed, that's definitely a strat worth checking out.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna start using the hard reset to skip encounters in the overworld soon.
Yeah, I mean they've got their Marsh Cave money enough to buy enough tents and or cabins to save scum their way across the ocean, but maybe jkoper's taking these fights so he can get some experience and levels before Volcano, maybe.
Yeah, I think jkoper also picked up a few heal potions before heading out, or he's planning to buy them in Crescent Lake.
Ooh, Fog 2, not a bad pickup.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would prefer Wall though, first.
Yeah, me too. But Wall was a little bit more expensive. Nothing too exciting. The Black Magic Shop, only Fire 2 and Lock 2 of real notice. Yeah, he goes back for the Wall.
Yeah, I would also pick the Wall.
Especially since we're at a whopping 0 ribbons so far, although it's pretty early in the seed.
Yeah, and since you have Nuke and Fade, you can just wall either the White Mage or Black Mage, and they can take care of Kari.
Silver Bracelet's a relatively reasonable price, not a bad pickup early before you go on the Volcano. I wouldn't buy it too much later than this in the game state, but not a terrible pickup right now.
Yeah, I would. I love getting Silver Bracelets before entering Volcano because they provide pretty decent defense.
Yeah, definitely. And the randomizer could be kind to their price too. If they roll a little bit low, they can be, you can outfit your whole party for less than the cost of one rank 4 Black Magic spell or something. It just depends on the luck of the rando.
Yeah, 3,500 gold for a Silver Bracelet is pretty low. Usually they get like 5,000 and up.
I was gonna say, isn't there a vanilla price? It's like 4 or 5 grand or something like that. That sounds about right.
Vanilla price is actually higher than that.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Here, somebody in chat dropped the knowledge on us. What is the OG price of the Silver Bracelet? Because if it's higher than that, then yeah, 3,000 is 3,000 something is a really good roll. jkoper picking up the EXP's fight. Can't say I blame him.
Yeah, especially with that Fade and Nuke, it's worth it to get those EXP fights.
Alright, let's see if there's anything exciting. Oh, we talked about Silver Bracelet, but one of the other reasons I like Red Mages is because Chain Armor is in a few shops in the randomizer and it's generally available early. It's a really good way to get defense on your Red Mages early.
We have chat saying that it's 5,000 gold for the OG price on the Silver Bracelet.
5,000 gold? Awesome, thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Such a good chat. Oh, fast available level 6 in Crescent Lake.
It's good to pick up later on.
Depending on how hard or how far he levels his black belt, fast may or may not be worth picking up. All the level 6 spells are learnable by a black mage, so fast is learnable without a class change there.
Yeah, if you get a high enough black belt, you don't even need fast or temper or power gauntlet. Black belt's just gonna destroy everything. jkoper picking also a few heal potions. That's a good choice. He doesn't have enough money to stock up fully on heal potions though.
An interesting choice. He might take a fight outside of here to get more heal potions. Maybe not.
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to test how far he can get with the hard reset.
No, could very well be. I didn't see the exact number of heal potions. He might be close enough to the max to feel comfortable with just heading straight over to Volcano right away.
Yeah, he bought like 30 or 40 there in Crescent Lake.
Speaking of Crescent Lake, I always see Kaiten making his way over to that area right now. Just landed his ship. Meanwhile, Thorhammer, pickup, doing pretty good job at these fish in the river here.
Yeah, he's not too far behind from jkoper. As long as he tries to level up on the way if he can to make up that level deficit, and he'll be good.
But yeah, jkoper definitely ahead in both game state and levels right now. So it'll be interesting to see what volcano strategies both these runners go with.
jkoper has 41 heal potions.
It's a bold move.
Yeah, he didn't have any money for the rest of the potions, but he does have Cure 4, so that would help him.
That is worth a lot of heal potions. He might be comfortable with his party state and decide not to power level in here. We'll have to see what he does.
If he does find a good weapon, I would definitely support the non-power leveling strat.
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that. Meanwhile, jkoper going for the highest chest per minute in the beginning of Volcano round here.
He gets a house.
Oh, there's the Masamune.
Nice. Alright, this seed keeps getting more free by the minute.
Yeah. At this rate, we're going to play one seed, get another one free. So with Masamune, with no weapon fixes, Masamune is just disgusting. Like, it's an incredibly ridiculous sword.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he doesn't need. Well, yeah, it's just incredibly strong. He gets a nice sword. That'll help the red mage for Kaiten.
That is correct. But it'd be interesting to see, even if he does find the tail, he now knows where Aegis and Dragon Armor are. It'd be interesting to see if he doesn't find a ribbon, if jkoper would be willing to class upgrade if he later finds the tail.
I mean, I might take the risk of going without a ribbon, considering that I have wall. It's risky, yes, but it does save time. If you get go mode before getting ribbons, that is an option. Usually not well, obviously not the best one, but it's one.
Trance Perilous. Oh, he gets the last run of his last non-stun party member. Man, no one has worse luck in these tournament races with Trance than jkoper. I swear to God.
Yeah, he has seen his fair share of suffering on these races.
Well, a nice early Masamune, level 1 Fade, level 2 Nuke Seed might balm his wounds a little bit there.
Yeah, leveling on those fires is not a bad idea. Pre-15.
Yes, Zara, I see you in chat. I know you had probably the worst luck with Trance. The one specific incident did cost you a lot of time, although jkoper has had a lot of more smaller incidents.
Those monks are still hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. So far we haven't seen, outside of the Trance, we haven't seen any particularly, especially dangerous enemy formations quite yet.
It's pretty rare to see something really nasty on round 2. I mean, spells are shuffled, but scripts are not, so that makes a big difference.
Yep, that is true. Still possible, but agreed.
Kaiten picking up a few silver swords. If he only knew that he's gonna get the Masamune and Ice Sword, but he doesn't, so yeah, I would agree with picking up a few weapons here.
Yeah, especially for a non-black belt containing party, you want to guarantee you're going to have at least something that's going to let you grind, because, yeah, for all he knows, there could be nothing. Oh, Power Gauntlet in the Volcano.
Oh. I mean, that just makes non-leveling strats that much more juicy.
Yeah, the temptation to not power level right now is huge.
I would definitely just go with this setup.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. I think if I knew I was getting the tail, I would 100% get out of here with the armor that was already available to you.
jkoper decides
even without it.
jkoper decides to run with his top 2 Rurus and use Fade and Nuke. That's usually dangerous because one Nuke and one Fade are not enough to kill all of them, and he's just gonna waste a charge that way. But
looks like he did get lucky.
Yeah, he did. So good for him. That works.
Yeah, what usually happens to me is one guy kills all but one of them, and then the other guy runs for maximum time wasting.
Especially when you use Bane, you kill everyone except that last little single enemy that just resists it for no reason at all.
Alright, jkoper came prepared, uses his house to get his magic charges back, and I have a feeling, Meowth, that you're going to be correct. I don't think we're going to see some power leveling out of jkoper. I think he's just going to run to the bottom of the volcano and check chests and murder carry.
I definitely agree with that decision.
I think he might be feeling a little bit behind, especially from some of the earlier shenanigans. That might be inclining him more to not power grind.
Yeah, that would be a big factor, because he did die twice at the start. I was going to say that I don't agree with Kaiten's decision to as a run from 4EX speeds early. I think he ran away from those two. Those are really good experience that he should not miss out on, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially for his party that is kind of a little bit lower in experience. That might have been a good way for him to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, unless he's planning to grind on the fires, which is faster.
Certainly possible. I do like his routing here through volcanoes, chests, with exit. It's a pretty quick way to do it.
Yeah.
Not as nice as Warp, but you know, you can't have everything.
He's also going to find a house there. Oh, the Black Mage Ruru goes down. Ruru!
It's just been a Ruru bloodbath on on jkoper's screen, both with his own party members and actual Rurus.
Yeah, Ruru's dying left and right here.
His party's also pretty low here. I wonder if he's just forgot to heal or not too worried about it.
I would probably think that he's gonna grind a bit. I mean, he's leaving his party members low and his Black Mage dead.
Maybe we do have Cure 4 here. Oh no, it looks like he's filling them all up.
Yeah, he just wanted to get to those chests before resting. And he did not use any single heal potions. That's the power of Cure 4 in Life 2.
Yep. Although it looks like Kaiten taking the long walk around to these rest of these volcano chests here. I wonder if he doesn't have any houses and can't afford to waste exit charges, maybe.
Yeah, it's also a good way to just level up a bit more if you have the spells to do it, which they do. Alright, we are running out of enemies to see if anyone has any nasty spells. The only ones we haven't seen are Red Giants and the Agamas and the Red Dragon, I think.
Yep, although the Agamas are arguably the most important ones to see here, depending on how they want to grind. Kaiten, meanwhile, picking up the Massive Moon, he'll be real happy to see that.
Yeah, he'll also be real happy to see the Ice Sword. Red Dragons with Sleeve, that's annoying.
Annoying, but not particularly lethal. Of note, he did get this Red Dragon fight as the random encounter, which is a very rare, I think it's like 4 out of 256 counter rate or something gross like that, so pretty rare one.
We have Silverfire in chat saying that it is a 1 in 64 chance to get a Red Dragon.
Ah, there we go.
Razzle Dazzle for the Agamas?
Giving us the old Razzle Dazzle. Meanwhile, jkoper giving him the old Massive Moon.
Those Agamas are pretty one-shottable too with a Mass Moon.
I think you'll find that most enemies are pretty one-shottable with a Massive Moon. Well, actually, that's not true. Most of the early game enemies. Depending on your level, also.
Yeah, and those Agamas rolled a little bit higher HP than normal. 261 damage from the Black Bolt did not kill it.
Boy, that's that Black Mage just can't catch a break.
Yeah, Black Mage Ruru is really liking that spot.
Yeah, he's really interested in it. He's taking a lot of time investigating it. And as we suspected, jkoper, well, first of all, getting the unrunnable Wizogre Cerebus fight, and then also opting not to grind there.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Such good stuff early on. Just power through. and it should be easy, especially if he gets a ribbon or two on the way.
Zoom Waffle in chat pointing out that my estimate of 4 out of 256 is the same as 1 out of 64. So, thanks for proving that I was also right. LOL, math.
Math on stream, Kappa.
Get out your calculators, guys. It's time to discuss encounter rates. Alright, let's see if Black Mage Ruru can get just one shot by Agama. Ice 2 Agama. That's not too friendly.
And that Ice 2 Agama rolled pretty high, except for Black Mage Ruru. He resisted it quite a bit. Ruru.
Feels Ice 2, man. That actually makes, with no ribbons and no flame armor or anything, makes the Agama grind definitely not super appealing. And with Sleep, Red D, and with all the items you have, I wouldn't be power leveling here either.
Yeah, this was a not... this is not a kind volcano for these players. The good thing is that they got good weapons and they don't need to grind.
I would consider a volcano that gave me the Mass Moon relatively kind. In a general sense. But
That
definitely
is
not
true.
kind in the way that you grindable monsters ruled sense.
Yeah, since this is not round 3, Ice Cape is not incentivized, so they don't have the option to go to the eye, unless they want to, which I don't recommend. Well, I would recommend it if they don't get the floater here.
Yeah, and I think we already know that they don't.
Yeah. So I guess
But I
Ice
think
Cape
Ice
would
Cave
be...
is definitely the high number play at this point. But we could see these runners going crazy, going to ordeals or checking the front of Earth or something.
I think there's a probability that somebody might try ordeals, or Ice Cape ordeals, or ordeal Ice Cape, depending on their mental state. Both of them have a good reason to think they're a bit behind.
Their mental state is in if you go to ordeals, you're crazy.
Hey, you gotta be crazy to win some of these seeds.
That is 100% correct. jkoper getting another unrunnable Cerberus with Ogre fight.
Yeah, those are really annoying. Especially when the Cerberus have some AoE spell. They have a high probability of getting some AoE spells.
So it's a dead carry for jkoper. So he's got his Fire Orb lit.
It also seems the carry has like really low HP too.
Boy, Kaiten running around with his characters having almost no health. This is a super bold move here.
Oh, what is yeah.
That could have been punished very easily.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he. What is he? Wow.
Oh
what?
my gosh. Did he just forget? Oh god.
No.
Agamas have ice too.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he got super lucky. Oh my god.
Wait, does he not have any healing items or spells?
I mean, I would assume he picked up Cure 4 in Elfland, did he not?
Yeah, I don't think he used it. Yeah, he has heal potions. Wow, that is really...
that could have been Wipe City right there if his nuke player hadn't gone first, or if it had low rolled. I mean, that was a 380 some nuke.
Yeah, that is very brave to be PG-13 friendly here.
Brave is certainly a word you could use to describe that strategy. Not to be cruel or anything, but that was unnecessarily risky.
Yeah, but it is exciting. I am pretty sure chat is
Chat
quite
appreciates
pleased
the
to
hype.
see this. Yeah.
Can't argue with the hype. Speaking of heal potion hype, jkoper filling back up on heal potions. The wise move.
Yeah, after Volcano you have so much money that you can buy whatever you want.
Yeah, even if you don't grind here, yeah, I agree. You typically have, unless you're trying to buy like 6 max price gold rings and or gold bracelets and pro rings, you're typically gonna have all the money you need after Volcano.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any problem with money. Yeah, he didn't buy any level 6 magic either.
I think fast was the only thing of real note in Crescent Lake. jkoper, is he heading to Ordeals? Is he that madman? I love this play.
Oh, he's gonna use the Dromborder strats of saving near the port. Going to Ordeals, if there's nothing there, he's gonna reset and just head straight to Ice Cape.
Yep, that is definitely a really good strat. It's a much better strat in round 1, but it still works pretty darn well in round 2. You just have to deal with all these shuffled pillars. So if you get yourself frozen from too many ports, it's a little bit more punishing. But
File's grinding on the Agamas. I'm pretty sure he's gonna grind a little bit, beat level 20, 18.
Yeah, I should probably stop playing randomizer while I'm casting here.
Kappa.
But yes, doing a little bit of Agama. I don't blame him, although the Ice 2 might make him reconsider his plans for doing it, but the concept behind it was right. He needs to catch up on levels just a little bit. This would not be a terrible place to do it.
He still hasn't gotten Ice 2, right? I don't think he has, because his white mage is still alive.
Oh yeah, it could be. He could just be getting real lucky here.
jkoper getting into some sea hats, runs away. Ruru's on the way to Ordeals. Let's see how he does.
Alright, let's see how good jkoper's memory is. If there's one thing that annoys me, it's shuffled Ordeals pillars. Because you can get some real bad formations that really, like the last pillar is in like the end of all the 50% chance pillars that you take. It can be rough.
And don't forget about that possible soft lock from all those pillar warps.
Yep. For the most part, unless you get a really, really unlucky pillar roll, it's pretty hard to soft lock unless you go into multiple pillars that you know are bad more than once, but it's still possible. It did happen to our poor unfortunate friend Czar in a tournament race not too long ago.
Indeed. And at the end of the Ordeals struggle, much less.
Meanwhile, we see kaiten still working on Agamas. A dead black mage, a familiar sight across most of this run for both runners. It looks like.
It seems that kaiten did not pick up Cure 4.
Oh wow! I mean, Life 2 is almost like Cure 4, but when you have that few heal potions, boy, if I was him, I would just get the H out of here.
Yeah, I would just nuke and fade Kari to death right now. Especially knowing that you're probably gonna go to Ice Cape and you can grind on the eye. Especially with Exit.
Well, he still has to make his way through 2 more Agama fights and a Red D if he wants to check the last floor volcano chest too.
Oh yeah, he has to go through those 2 things, and that Agama might decide to Ice 2 him before he runs away, or kills him.
If he's smart, he'll probably be attacking with his fighter for mass immune damage.
Oh, there's the Ice 2. Wow,
Oh no!
Yeah,
One health on his red mage. Good lord. He's probably thinking to himself, "Wow, how is it the first time I'm seeing this?" Ooh, this is a real dangerous spot for kaiten.
He must be feeling pretty lucky to not have gone Ice 2 on those earlier Agamas.
Meanwhile, jkoper has reached the top of Ordeals, and we'll see if his Ordeals gamble pays off.
If it doesn't pay off, he at least has knowledge. Oh,
he did
okay.
get a ribbon.
Yeah, that's worth it. I would consider that worth it.
Yeah, especially that being the very first ribbon that we've seen in this seed. Yeah, I don't know how happy I am about it, but at least I feel somewhat vindicated for going here.
Yeah, I would not feel bad for doing that. I mean, jkoper doesn't know that he's ahead, or in terms of exploration, he has more knowledge, but they're both gonna go to Ice Cape now. So technically,
Kaiten's got a real big fight ahead of him here. This is key for him to not fall behind, because if he wipes here, he's out a lot of time.
He should be fine with a high damage nuke and high damage. Yeah, there he goes.
Yep. I don't know exactly what was on Carrie's spell list, but if it had been any kind of AoE, that could have been real bad news for Kaiten there. But he does manage to take out Carrie and light his first orb.
Yeah, the game deciding to be merciful to him this time.
I just pray to God he'll buy 99 heal potions when he gets back to town this time.
He should. I would be surprised if he doesn't. jkoper, meanwhile, heading to the Ice Cave. He does decide to keep that ribbon, which I agree.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that also. But of note, if Kaiten decides to go straight to Ice Cave, all the time that was lost by Kaiten in Volcano and Marsh Cave might be a little bit made up here.
Yeah, if Kaiten doesn't, Kaiten doesn't need to go to Ordeals to get a quest item. So if he plays standard, he is going to be on the same pace as jkoper now. That they're both heading to Ice Cave. jkoper with more levels in the ribbon and knowledge, but Kaiten can still win this now that they're both headed to the same place and doing the more standard strats now.
No warp, but still having exit means Ice Cave doesn't hurt quite that much. You have a slightly less optimal path on the floor with all the holes on it, but that's about it.
Yeah, you look at it.
Especially with Nuke and Fade available, they're going to be able to kind of blow their way through Ice Cave here. Alright, Kaiten, doing my soul good and buying a lot of heal potions.
Yeah, could you buy a few houses too?
The houses are relatively expensive this seed. Looks like the housing market in the world of Final Fantasy is definitely approaching bubble status.
Is he gonna pick up fast? I don't think jkoper picked up fast.
jkoper did not, although it looks like Kaiten might be.
Yeah, he is. And yeah, he can buy it.
Yeah, I believe all level 6 black magic is available for black mages in Crescent Lake.
Heal 3 was also in level 6. I'm surprised jkoper didn't pick that up. That's really good.
Yeah, that's a really good spell. But he did have the Cure 4.
Yeah, but Heal 3 is awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, if you why choose between chocolate and vanilla if you can have both of them swirled? Maybe I'm just hungry for ice cream.
I am too.
Kaiten decided to take the EXP's fight, can't say I blame him.
Level 18, that's a pretty good level to go. I mean, he's gonna get level 20 or 21 before heading into Temple of Fiends, and he's gonna level up in the Temple of Fiends even more, so he should be good.
Yeah, with Power Gauntlet, Masamune on a fighter, with one ribbon, you're feeling pretty good. Especially with all the Fade and Nuke that's gonna let you get through all the trash on the way there relatively quickly as well.
Kaiten getting stuck on some Sea hacks in Big Eye fights. I mean the Odd Eye, not the Big Eye.
Chat is reminding me that they want strawberry with their chocolate and vanilla swirl. So other than Cure 4 and Heal 3, I guess Life 2 would be the strawberry in that ice cream analogy there.
Yeah, like Fade and Nuke being the cone. Haha, Kappa.
Fade and Nuke are the cone, and then I don't know what the sprinkles would be in the analogy. Maybe like Exit and Warp. jkoper actually utilizing the light hammer or axe, whatever that is, to cast Harm 2 in battle.
He probably wants to save a few Nuke and Fades, which I don't blame him. They are pretty important spells. But Nuke is level 2. Yeah, it's level 1 and 2, so he should be fine.
Yeah, that's a lot of extra charges. But you know, make use of the spells you have, or make use of the equipment you have. Can't say I blame him.
Silver armor for jkoper. His Ruru Fighter would benefit from that if he doesn't have anything better, which I think he only has an iron armor right now.
I believe you're correct. Iron armor pretty good for absorb, but does you do lose a lot of evade for equipping it. And because our runners don't have access to warp quite yet, they will have to do the drop down to check the eye guarded OG floater chest. We'll see if there's anything in there. But since Ice Cave is not incentivized in these round 2 flags, the odds of something being in that chest are just the same as anything else in Ice Cave.
Yeah, in this situation, I would definitely prefer to check everything first.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're checking everything regardless, but at least you get to exit out when you're done.
Yeah, sometimes you get the option of doing the if you have warp and it's incentivized, you check the middle chest and then just warp out and just forgo everything else. Level 19 for Kaiten. He is getting there.
Yeah, he picked a few fights on his way here and definitely caught up a little bit on levels. So yeah, I don't blame jkoper for making that Ordeals play. He did it about as smart as he could, but outside of the ribbon, it has not paid off for him. But if that's the only ribbon that these runners find conveniently, that could be, could still be a real boon for jkoper. We'll have to see how the rest of the seed goes here.
I just hope he doesn't decide to go back to Marshcape if he gets the crown, because he must be feeling even more behind after doing Ordeals and finding, well, not a quest item, a required quest item, I mean.
Yeah, and ribbon is kind of like a borderline, like if he had already had a ribbon and found a second one in Ordeals, I could see a very justified reset on that, but it being the only one he's seen makes it hard to kind of let it go after you've already spent all the time going through it.
Yeah, that might be one of the big differences between winning and losing this seed.
Yeah, it's funny how the tiny little decisions you make in the heat of the moment can really have a huge outcome on the effect of a game like this. Because those decisions compound, what if you decided not to pick up that ribbon and reset, and then you have some kind of ridiculous, turn 1 Bane, Temple of Fiend fight where the ribbon would have made a difference. It's really crazy how those decisions can really downstream affect your gameplay.
Yeah, you gotta fight against Bane, Crack, and Sap on the Temple of Fiends. And we got some Ruru on Ruru action with Sleep.
Rurus.
Ruru on Ruru violence here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Ruru on Ruru violence. They need to start working together and rise up.
Yeah, they don't know about the United We Stand philosophy, I think it is.
Yeah, they need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, but they don't have any thumbs.
Those Frost Rulers are going to be even more in danger with that Mage Staff that jkoper just picked up.
Yeah, we're running out of chests for anything good to be an Ice Cave. Ooh, one more chest left, and it's going to be Earth Cave.
Let's see what he gets. He might get the Ruby, because if he doesn't, there's nowhere else. Or the Crown. Or Floater, I mean.
Yeah, Ruby or Crown or Floater would all be great, but if there's nothing here, literally the only other place to go is the top of Earth Cave, which sucks.
Oh yeah, the top of Earth Cave is still... It's gonna be there.
Like that's what we're doing.
I mean,
this is actually good for jkoper because if Kaiten decides to go to Ordeals after this instead of Earth Cave, that will really put jkoper in the lead.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. jkoper has the knowledge advantage that Ordeals doesn't have a quest item. And if it were me, on Kaiten's shoes, I would definitely go Ordeals before Earth Cave.
Yeah, I would probably do the same. But I'm crazy and like Ordeals more than I probably should.
I mean, I don't know. I think going, especially with the ship, you don't have to walk all the way there.
Yeah, I like Ordeals. Yeah, I agree. I like Ordeals before Airship. If you're gonna do Ordeals, that's probably the most efficient time to do it.
Yeah, because the ship encounters aren't that frequent and they're not dangerous at all. So, yeah, ship Ordeals is probably much more beneficial than airship Ordeals.
So we've got a lot of people in chat right now just rattling off worst case scenarios like Ruby in second floor of Earth, or Crown being in Earth, which means you have to leave Earth Cave to go get the Ruby and come back, and floaters Ruby locked. Like, you guys are mean. That's all I gotta say.
All right, I think it's gonna be Crown Vampire with the bat blocking the corridor Kappa.
Yeah, Crown Vampire with Ruby in Crown Locked Marsh. That has to be the rudest thing that can happen.
Saria kindly stating that this is a Saria production seed, which I am scared of those, honestly.
Yeah, I wonder if I'll be infected just from like commentating on it. I'm in the chat room also for SRL, so I hope the RNG disease doesn't spread to me. Meanwhile, we see jkoper heading over to Earth Cave, literally the last possible place he could make. And I would have to imagine his mindset right now, he's probably feeling a little bit behind. He went to Ordeals, didn't get anything, had a couple deaths early on in the seed. But he is definitely not behind right now. He has the knowledge advantage and position advantage. So for Kaiten to stay close to jkoper, he has to decide to go to Earth Cave and not Ordeals once he finishes up Ice Cave here.
Yeah, he is going so fast that he has decided to enter Ruru on Ruru violence now.
That's just kind of him. I was gonna have to call PETA.
Yeah, if I can see their webcams, and jkoper is focused, like really focused, right now.
Well, this is his winners bracket tournament life here. Kaiten is one game up on him, so he's gotta risk it for the biscuit here.
Yeah, he's actually doing really good. I like how he came back from that early deficit that he had.
Hey, thank
Yeah,
you.
the play to level up before going into Marsh really catapulted him ahead of Kaiten's risky early play that did not pay off, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah, this would have been a completely like 180 if Kaiten didn't die all those times in the Marsh Cape.
Oh no, Ruby in the top of Earth. That's nauseating. Do you just go turn it in right away, cast exit, and just deal with it? I think I would.
I think so, because you're in the first floor of the Earth Cape, so it doesn't really take anything. It's not like you were in the... I don't know. Yeah, I would just go. I would just turn into Ruby. Giant's gonna be fed.
Yep, we got a happy, well-fed Giant. Or Titan, rather, I believe. So yeah, in this seed, we're going to be kind to Titans and hopefully kind to Tyros.
Yeah, I expect jkoper to be kind to those Tyros. I know he has a good heart. I don't know about Kaiten though. Let's see what he does.
I think jkoper has a good heart, but I think he is just anti-meme in general, so he might just do whatever is faster.
Well, his party members naming him. So
That's
too
true.
anti-meme. Yeah.
That's true. I don't want to put words in jkoper's mouth. I apologize.
Just drop a kappa at the end of it, kappa, and everything is fixed.
Kappa, Keepo, Greyface.
Indeed.
Guys, how do I type the Greyface in the chat?
Indeed. It's a good thing those shadows don't have anything nasty, because
jkoper has been getting he's just been shadow boxing nonstop over here. You're getting an unusually high amount of use out of that light axe too.
Yeah, that light axe coming in handy there. Good thing that wasn't a huge shadow group. I hate those things. They just take up time.
Yep. And with all the money these runners have,
That's very weird.
taking advantage of saves coming on the overworld to skip some of these fights that they might not need is definitely something they should be looking into.
Wait, are imps supposed to be on this side of the world?
I was just thinking that. In fact, I was pulling up Kababesh's map of the zones just as I saw that fight, because I didn't know if that was a weird corner with imps having a weird formation.
Maybe that was a group bait encounter, haha.
These shadows are just trolling the hell out of jkoper here. That has to be his like 6th shadow fight since he left the Earth Cave the first time.
Yeah, just imagine if they had something nasty. Would be a death sentence to go
Alright,
there.
let's see if there's anything good in the Oh, Crown in the Titan's Cave!
Oh, wow. I mean, usually you don't see anything in a Titan's Cave, but this is one of those rare... Like, I guess this is the SRNG Kappa.
Yeah. So I think at this point, you have a couple options. You could run and go turn in the crown stuff, but you're literally already kind of almost all the way here. You might as well finish off Earth Cave while you're here, I feel like.
I would definitely finish off Earth Cape. I don't think that turning in the crown is faster than doing Earth Cape and then turning in the crown.
Yeah, I mean, but it could be a gamble adventuresome runner might consider if they felt like they were behind or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I mean, either way you could do it if you feel behind.
Speaking of behind, unfortunately, Kaiten made a very reasonable call to go to Ordeals, but we all know that unfortunately Ordeals is only going to pay out a single ribbon and not much else. So
Yeah.
This does definitely put jkoper pretty solidly in the lead here.
Yeah, it just depends to see where the slab is. They have the crown, so I guess the only other place that it could possibly be is Cardi Islands, Sea Shrine, or, well, there is a possibility of Locked Marsh.
Yeah, that is true. That would be the ultimate troll seed.
Yeah, that would be the one way for Kaiten to, you know, get on even pacing with jkoper.
Well, it really comes down to where the floater is. If the floater is crown locked somewhere weird, then yeah, it definitely could be anyone's game. But if the floater is kind of free in the bottom of Earth here, Kaiten might be in a little bit of trouble. We'll have to see how it rolls.
Yeah,
and the Rurus get Ruru ambushed.
Oh, yeah, those Rurus are not forgiving. They are still angry from the previous Ruru on Ruru violence. Ruru! Ruru!
Instead of trying to end the cycle, they're just hopelessly doomed to continue it. Question in chat, where was the crown? The crown wasn't technically in Earth, it was in Titan's Cave. But we are still floaterless, so real tight seed so far here.
Yeah, slap on Locked March is beneficial for Kaiten, and floater in Locked March is beneficial for jkoper.
Nothing too exciting. The first couple floors of Earth here.
Wow, those Rurus are just not letting up. Hashtag Ruru Lives Matter. Kappa.
Those poor Rurus. That could apply to everybody, both the wolves and all the named Rurus. Although the Black Mage Ruru has done a surprisingly good job of staying alive. Of course, I say that and the Earth just decides to hit him in the face.
Yeah, it's like the game knows that Black Mage Ruru has been alive for way too long.
Although Earth Cave a little bit less risky as far as just vanilla monster stats than the volcano.
Yeah, the Earths are definitely not that dangerous if you get 4 of them on the Temple of Fiends.
jkoper just tempting fate with those bats instead of going around him and taking the extra 2 encounter rolls. Oh no, he decides to go around him.
Yeah, those 2 bats blocking are pretty annoying.
I think jkoper knows full well how annoying bat blocking can be, and he does not have access to warp right now, which means if he gets bat screwed, he would have to exit out, unfortunately, if he wanted to reset the room, which would be a pretty big time loss. Oh, there's the floater!
Nice. Alright, so Kaiten still has a chance if the slab is marsh locked. I mean, he has a chance even if it's not marsh locked, but he has more of a chance, I mean.
Yeah, floater in Earth Cave is pretty nice for both runners here. Just kind of keeps things on an even keel for where they are right now. But jkoper definitely still in the lead right now.
Now I wonder if Kaiten is gonna do the crown for Earth. jkoper deciding to skip the rightmost chest. Low probability of it having the slab, but it might.
That's a bold move. I would not want to have to come back to Earth Cave if I was there. But I can see why he would do it. Maybe he just forgot about it? I don't think he forgot about it.
No, I have his audio on. And
we have the rare map check accidental on the ship from Kaiten there.
Oh, he must have forgotten where to go.
The map is handy, but it takes so long to render that I usually have maps open if I'm needing to consult the mid race. jkoper gets
Kaiten?
another minor batch roll here.
Where is Kaiten going? He's looking for Melmond again?
I'm a little confused myself here. Is he looking for Northwest Castle, maybe?
I think he is lost.
Maybe he's
'Cause
trying to
just-
do the crown turn-in.
No, he doesn't have the crown. He just
Oh yeah, that's right.
finished ordeals, I think. Wait, wasn't Kaiten in ordeals? Did he have
Yeah,
to
he-
reset?
Yeah, he already completed ordeals. I was under the assumption.
Yeah, we saw him struggle in ordeals there.
I think he was actually took the wrong way around the Earth Cave loop here, so I would assume he's heading toward.
Yeah, he's definitely
Melmond.
heading towards Melmond. Yeah.
Lack of overworld map knowledge, though, definitely hurting him here. This has cost him a good minute or so here.
But he gets it, so he is back on track. jkoper, meanwhile, heading to the last floor of the Earth Cape.
Nothing too exciting so far here on the rest of Earth Cave. Oh, except for the tail.
Alright, so that Dragon Armor and Aegis Shield is gonna come in handy. Really good.
Yeah, with already one ribbon, it would be interesting because he would have to go back to Temple of Fiends for the dragon armor. I'd be curious to see if he deems that worthy use of his time or not.
I would deem it worthy. I would also try and do everything, and then at the end, go pick up the Dragon Armor. And then head into the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, and with access to the exit spell, going to turn in the tail and both getting out of Temple of Fiends doesn't cost quite as much time, so that's definitely a reasonable use of your time for a little extra safety.
So this seed is looking very, very free for now.
That's always a dangerous thing to say out loud if you have not found your last crown and or slab yet.
That is true.
Slab could still be in crown-locked marsh for the ultimate troll.
Kaiten's White Mage died somehow. I don't know to what. Maybe something had death hit.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that myself. No, nothing exciting in the Earth Cave chest for jkoper, so the slab is still at large.
Kaiten about to realize that the ruby is there. Pretty sure he's also gonna go feed the Titan and get the crown, get the rod, and let's see if he decides to keep going down or do the crown quest.
Oh, that's true. Entroper in chat reminded me that the slab could be in the chest, the one chest that jkoper skipped in Earth Cave.
Yeah,
That is...
I mean that would be hard. Yeah, that would be just way too much bad luck for jkoper.
Well, at this point, that's the last chest in the game jkoper checks. If it's there, he loses. A reasonable gamble. That is a pretty out of the way chest to check.
Yeah, just like
Potential for bad baiting.
Just like the two chests on Sea Shrine, the one that's locked and the top one that casts a vanilla opal armor.
Oh yeah, those are the least. Those are the crappiest chests in Sea Shrine. But I have had. I mean, it's possible stuff can roll there. It's just something you have to take into account.
Yeah.
If you have warp, that whole floor is a little less of a pain in the butt, but it is still a pain in the butt no matter how you slice it. Ruby pickup for Kaiten, so he is going to make the what we know is the correct call and go turn it in and get his crown from the back of the Titan room and finish up Earth.
Good choice, best choice actually.
Agreed. And speaking of finishing off Earth, jkoper, getting one last group of arachnids to startle him on his way out of the Earth Cave, and then he will be lighting his second crystal. He's 2 for 2.
Alright, I assume jkoper's gonna head straight to turn in that crown, check those chests. Or, no, I think it's better to turn in the floater than to the crown.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. As soon as you get the floater, you kind of want to head straight toward the, I believe it's the Ryukan desert or something like that, to get that airship, because it just makes overworld movement fast and free.
Yeah, you can also check the Cardi Islands before doing Crown. And Kaiten gets the Crown. He...
Did he get his rod yet?
Yeah, he just got the Crown.
Did you get the rod? Oh, okay, no, he's turning back around. Alright, good. I was a little worried for him. Because nothing sucks more than going to the Earth Cave, killing the immortal vampire, and then realizing you forgot to pick up your rod.
That's happened to me once or twice.
I think that's happened to all of us at one point or another.
Yeah, but I mean recently. Haha, Kappa.
Alright, come on, we've all had that race, you know, the late night Final Fantasy Randomizer crew, where it's like 3 a.m. and we're all racing for some stupid reason, and lack of sleep and consciousness causes you to forget, like, the cube. That's another thing I will forget frequently.
Yeah, Chad is mentioning the bottle, and I am one to forget where the bottle is most of the time.
The bottle was early. I can't remember if it was in Corneria or Provoca, but it was early. It was relatively cheap too. I think it was like 30k. So definitely a lower rolled bottle. But these runners both have plenty of money, so it's more of them remembering exactly where it is than anything else.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is pretty big for jkoper. He'll probably go pick up the bottle and head to Sea Shrine if I had to guess, after doing the crown check chests.
Yeah, I'd also do that. Unless I get the slab, maybe I'll do Mirage Tower first, because those chests at the Mirage Tower are pretty easy access. And then...
Yeah, well, the slab is his go mode item, so if he finds the slab, he'll probably just head straight to the waterfall, pick up the cube, and just go, would be my guess.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. Pick up the cube first, then go to Mirage Tower.
Yeah, definitely. Though I'd say at this point, jkoper is probably pretty comfortable with the ribbon and Masamune. I think once he finds his slab, I doubt we're going to see him opening up too many more chests.
Yeah, I would consider him going being in full go mode after he finds the slab. No need to go waterfall and floating castle like that. He has a good amount of healthy spells for good sustain too. Oh, he did pick up heal 3, by the way.
Oh yes, yeah, that is a good spell to have. Be curious to see if jkoper was going to class change, he'd do it right around now since he's already over here. So I'll be curious to see if he decides to do that.
Yeah, I definitely class change for the nice dragon armor and Aegis shield, right there.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you.
Right, Kaiten heading back into the Earth Cave. He's going to do the same. Probably go the same route as jkoper, tuning in the floater, then doing the rest of the free chests.
Yep, yeah, it is the most efficient route for getting more chests per minute. Alright, let's see what a Zar generated seed. Still not a whole lot in the Zardi Islands, unfortunately.
I am still hoping for some slab locked March Cape.
The dream is still alive. Oh, and jkoper did as you correctly predicted, Miata, and is heading to do class change.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if he didn't class change. I mean, he might class change later, but I mean, why not do it now and get the benefit of that nice Aegis shield, which is really strong.
Yeah, Aegis shield, dragon armor, pro ring is a poor man's ribbon.
Yeah, he has elemental defense, he has some death defense, and the Aegis shield blocks Bane, I think, right?
Yes, poison, Elbow. Nothing too exciting in the Zardia Islands, so our slab is still, at this point, the slab is in one of two locations. It's either in Crown Locked... Oh no, wait, there are still more crown chests, I apologize. You still got more crown chests to look at.
Yeah, there's a ton of crown chests. Maybe Temple of Fiends slab, maybe?
Could very well be. I mean, he has to go, and pick up that dragon armor anyway, so I wonder if he might swing over to Astos Castle, check those chests, do Dwarf Cave, and then do Temple of Fiends and Corneria all in kind of one big old loop.
Yeah, that's a good route to take when you have the airship. Everyone's
Ooh,
saying
a ribbon. jkoper picking up a ribbon in the back of Elf Cave there. Or Elf Cave, Elf Castle.
Elf Cave. I think we should rename this to Elf Cave now.
Elves are so regal, just the thought of them living in a crappy cave is just funny to me.
I like it, I like it.
They're always grubbing at the dirt. They don't have any mystical architecture. The elves from Lord of the Rings are a lie.
We got Game Boy F9 here in the chat. Thank you for letting us stream this in Randomizer Mania, Game Boy. He is also the author of Dragon Warrior 2 to 4 Randomizer, also the FF1 PSP, which is really good. I played it. I recommend you guys check it out. So let's give some love to Game Boy F9 and our runners. We have not given any love to our runners. Drop them a follow. jkoper is fighting to stay on the winner's bracket, and Kaiten is fighting to move on.
Yeah, Kaiten is currently up 1-0 over jkoper, so this is definitely a match that matters for both of these runners. And also, why don't you follow me out while you're at it, my co-commentator here.
Ruru.
Ooh, and a slab pickup for jkoper in the back of Corneria Castle.
Alright, so he is in go mode, if he decides to, which I think he should. 2 ribbons, good armor, good spells, good weapons, good everything.
Yep. I think he's going to pick up the dragon armor here, and then probably go translate that slab, and then go punch some Tiamats and Krakens in the face.
He's indeed heading straight to that dragon armor.
Well, first he's got a creep trying to look up his white mage's robes. That's not right. That's creepy.
Haha, I get it.
That's why I like keeping you around me. You laugh at my stupid jokes.
Oh, I love stupid jokes.
So yeah, that with that slab placement for jkoper, that definitely puts him in the lead. I don't want to count anybody out because this is the randomizer. Anything can happen. But at this point, it is definitely jkoper's race to lose.
Yeah, one way the Kaiten can come back is really long and continuous unrunnable encounters for jkoper in the Temple of Fiends, and probably dying to something in the Temple of Fiends. But yeah, usually it's the really unrunnable encounters that waste time on the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. I think the only other thing he'd be worried about, since he's a little underleveled, would be a bosses that had like just nuke in their spell slot and nothing else, so they cast that or do a hard melee or something like that. I mean, anything is still possible, but jkoper definitely in a strong position right now.
Yeah, the white mage going down to a nuke would be quite the concern for him.
But at this point, his fighter could carry a fight solo if he gets lucky with no melee crits on him while he powers up.
Yeah, having that dragon armor and an Aegis shield, he has good defense to resist a lot of those attacks. Especially with only 40% increased, possibly increased strength on the enemies. Pretty good chance that the knight might solo carry everything.
Yeah. Well, the randomizer giveth, but it also taketh away. Sometimes you get low-rolled bosses in Temple of Fiends, so you never know when you're going to luck out like that. Obviously, we, as the crowd watching, hope that nothing but awful, horrible things happen to these runners for our entertainment. But they're probably hoping for an easy Temple of Fiends.
Indeed. Are you not entertained, crowd? Kappa.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
jkoper remembering to turn in his bottle for Oxio. I didn't see him purchase it. I'd assume he purchased it. But remember to pick this up before he heads to Sea Shrine.
jkoper deciding to check the armor shop. He may be looking for a pro ring, maybe?
Did we already see those? I remember we saw gold bracelets because we talked about those. He's actually going for the cat claw on his black mage. Interesting. jkoper
don't
loves
understand.
equipping his black mage with daggers and cat claws. Was Saber an available spell? I'm curious as to why he wants to do this.
I don't understand these shenanigans.
Maybe he's trying to start his own cat claw meme. I'd support
Oh.
that.
Yeah, I am also down for a cat claw meme.
Kind of an unusually formation you don't see too often in Earth Cave over on Kaiten's side of the screen with the Gur Imps, Giants, and Werewolves there.
Well, he's almost at Lich, so he should get the floater soon, and hopefully he makes it. I mean, he still has a long way to go.
Runners in his situation would would go cash in the crown and go grab all those free chests. So, he's going to be pretty close behind jkoper progression-wise. Although he is probably a good 5 to 10 minutes overworld checking behind at this point, unfortunately.
Especially if he decides to get the crown chests first. No, if he gets the crown chests first before going Cardia Islands, he'll make a little bit of time up. I would support you guys buying Cat Claw tomorrow, DD Gamings. Kappa.
jkoper on his way to the Toga party. Nothing says Toga party like people giving out bells. I've always said that.
Yeah, that white mage will fit right into a Toga party.
That's true. The black mage tried to fit into the Toga party, but he got to the costume shop late. All they had left were blue robes, so he's gonna look real out of place.
Especially with all that dirt on his blue robe.
Yeah, it's still when he class changed, they saw how much dirt was on his old black mage robe and just decided to scuff it up for him, so he'd feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah, they also decided that the hat was beyond fixing. Kappa. Alright, we got some Zombles on runnables. Just annoying, but they do give really good experience. If you're behind on experience.
Yeah, Zomble's pretty good experience. They're probably the best. If you're grinding at the Peninsula of Power, they're probably the best group you want to see as far as experience early. Pretty good money too.
Yeah, usually going toward deals before Ice Cape sometimes is beneficial because you get good levels before going into a potentially treacherous Ice Cape after round 3 and on flags.
Okay, looks like jkoper did not pick up the bottle, so... Or no, he did. Wait, what's going on? Does he buy pro rings?
He is indeed looking for pro rings. He doesn't remember where they are. I would probably not try and find any pro rings, because usually the fighter's gonna be doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I wonder if he's trying to keep his 2 ribbons on mages and then put a pro ring on his fighter and kind of call that good enough, maybe?
I don't know. I would prefer to leave a ribbon on the white mage knight.
Picking up life 2 on his knight, though, definitely a smart move as far as safety goes.
Yeah,
his knight's low enough level where he'll get a few levels to get a few charges, and having life 2 on your knight is a really solid safety strat.
I agree. I agree 100% on that. Life 2 is always really good to have, like those backups, especially being so susceptible to a nuke on the white mage.
Yeah, I'd say the big hope for Kaiten would be that if jkoper goes in slightly underleveled and just gets bad nuke luck, but jkoper very smartly mitigating that risk by taking the time to pick up life on his knight.
Yeah, that's a really smart choice. I like it. I like it.
Bottle picked up by Kaiten in Elfland. So he'll be turning in his crown right here, I would imagine.
Did Kaiten go do the islands yet? I don't think he did. He went straight to what's it?
Yeah, I don't
Astos, right?
believe he did either.
jkoper heading to a waterfall.
I'm curious to see if he checks too many. He might check these chests in the waterfall since they're literally right there, but I don't think we're going to see him going out of his way to look at a whole lot more. Literally, the only thing he could hope for would be a third ribbon or maybe the white shirt or something like that.
I don't remember which race it was in the tournament, but somebody decided not to check these chests on the waterfall, and it had a ribbon, and it was the only ribbon for the whole game.
That sounds familiar. Yes, it was one of the earlier round 1 games, if my memory serves. And
Yeah.
ribbons were super important in those because unshuffled boss spells meant you were getting baned at some point.
And poisoned, and what else? Lots of nasty stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the kitchen sinked.
But yeah, those chests are right there. Oh, let's see if we see all out of bounds bat.
So you know what else is right there? Out of bounds bat.
Yeah. We need to see that bat.
jkoper is pro Ruru memes, but not out of bounds bat memes.
Daw.
Zardi in chat reminding us that game we were thinking of with the ribbon was the Manoshi Drumbordist matchup.
Oh yes, that's right.
Slab pickup for Kaiten. He's probably real happy to see that. And he doesn't even check any more chests. He just GTFOs.
I would do the same. Especially dying so many times in March Cape, I would just go.
So he's already got his bottle, so he's gonna head up here and do the classic bottle and slab translate Oxyl Turn-In, I think. Did save himself some time. I don't think he, Shaq can maybe correct me, but I don't think he took the time to check all the Cardia Island stuff first, so he might elect to blow this off after he does his class change.
I did not see him check the Cardia Islands. He went straight to Crown, I believe. Alright, jkoper getting the cube, heading out, running into a few hydras and crocodiles.
This will mean that Kaiten only has 1 ribbon currently, so if he doesn't check a lot of other chests, he might find himself dealing with only 1 ribbon. Although having, as we discussed, having Aegis, Dragon Armor, and a pro ring on a fighter or on a knight is about as close as you can get.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about his knight. I mean, it's dangerous if he gets cracked and then
Crack is the big
nuked.
one. Well, a nuke hurts whether you got a ribbon on or not.
Yeah, but crack kills the knight and nuke kills the white mage. And let's say his black belt survives. That's a pretty bad position.
Crack also kills communities, man. And your teeth.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of things getting ruined, jkoper having to deal with, which in my book is one of the most annoying unrunnable fights in the game. That is the Wiz Sahag, Red Sahag fight.
Yeah, that's really annoying, especially if you don't have any AoE, which has happened for solo black belt a run.
Yeah, and if those Red Sahags have any sort of special ability from the randomizer, you've got 8 of them to get through before you can do anything, and it's just gross.
And another one of those Sahags fights. Maybe we'll see a Kraken in the Temple of Fiends. Haha, get it? Kappa?
Well done, sir. Alright, Oxy will pick up for Kaiten here. He's gonna have to make some, did he turn in his, slab for the chime yet, or is he just heading straight to Sea Shrine?
He's heading straight to Sea Shrine.
Just making sure I didn't see things. I mean, I assume he's probably gonna head straight to the basement, not look at any chests, and just go straight to, cook up some calamari. So if he continues these speed strats after he picks up his cube in the waterfall cave, he could make up a little bit of time on jkoper. I have a feeling the Temple of Fiends luck could make a big difference for these two runners for closing the gap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. No, he did pick up a lot of time by skipping the Cardia Islands.
Yeah, that was definitely a routing choice that worked in his favor.
So it all depends on how many unrunnable encounters jkoper gets on the Temple of Fiends and how many Kaiten gets.
jkoper electing to pick up the relatively easy to check chests there. I usually grab those in Go mode too if I'm still looking for a ribbon. There's a lot of free tiles in that area on the walls that don't increase your count to the next fight, so they're pretty quick to check.
Oh, Kaiten gets tranced by the Paralysks.
Oh, those trans Paralysks. Oh no. Man, at what point do you just reset?
Oh geez, they have cremate too. Well, he has ribbons, but if he doesn't break out of that trance, that's gonna be dangerous. I mean, even with a ribbon, you can only hold out for so long.
Oh yeah, well, and time is a factor too. Like after a certain point, it's, do I go make a sandwich while these animations finish, or do I just reset and run back in?
And they're not letting up with that trance. You guys probably don't want to see Kaiten's webcam right now. He is.
He's expressing his frustration.
Well, he doesn't look happy. He looks, yeah, he looks frustrated. I mean, I would be too. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, your exit caster is. I would probably be spending those charges on Fade, just on the hopes that if the run doesn't fail, you're still killing some of them.
Razzle dazzle on them too.
Oh no, he's failed to run twice now with his White Mage. Oh, this is just brutal. He failed again.
Can I get some Bible thumbs for Kaiten in the chat, please?
Oh man, that is just rough.
Let's get some Bible thumbs.
We're gonna get some tentacle thumps over on the side of jkoper here. He does get his fast off on his Masamune user, so this is probably gonna be some fricasseed octopus here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he survived. Wow.
Yeah, Kraken must have rolled up some health. I think he has a base of like 700 maybe? Maybe 6?
Yeah, around that. But that second shot from the fighter makes it happen. And Kaiten decides to reset and go back in. I think losing his White Mage... no, I don't know why he... Yeah, why did he decide to reset? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like he was getting transcremated or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but he made it out of that fight with his fighter and White Mage alive. Oh, he didn't reset. Okay. He accidentally cast exit.
Oh, we missed it. We were too busy looking at jkoper finish off the Kraken.
What do you think about T-Rexes?
Boy, this is a rare fight. I mean, they're the cousin of the Tyro, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and call this blasphemy.
Let's assume that he's the evil twin of the Tyro.
He's like a Tyro but with a mustache.
I saw an out of bounds bad sighting for Kaiten.
Nice. We got double memes in stereo here. So yes, jkoper murdering the T-Rex. That is the cousin of the Tyro, and therefore, a war crime. I'll say it, a war crime.
Yeah.
Alright, so Kaiten properly using exit here. He definitely lost a lot of time in that waterfall cave, unfortunately, compared to jkoper. I think the time he made up by skipping the Cardia Islands might have just been lost.
Yeah, that was a really long Paralisk blockade.
I think when I get a pack of 6 or more trances and they all paralyze me early, I think real hard about resetting at that point, depending on where I am. but I don't blame him for trying to stick it out. He was pretty close to the end of that cave.
Bad men are not hitting hard at all on that night. Usually they hit for like 40 plus each hit, even with a dragon armor Aegis shield, but
yeah, he's pretty decked
weak.
out, but yeah, they definitely rolled down a little bit. I do agree with you. Yeah, there's nothing worse than a super high rolled bad men group of 7 of them all critting your geared out fighter in front for 100 plus.
Especially when you get 2 of those fights in a row in the Temple of Fiends.
The only thing good I have to say about that formation is that at the very least it's runnable.
Yeah, at least it's runnable. I mean, if it wasn't, that would be one of the worst fights. Besides waters and ghosts.
So yeah, at this point, Kaiten with a very perilous Kappa waterfall cave is definitely a whole dungeon behind a Gomo dungeon at that behind jkoper, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Floating Castle being so fast, jkoper's gonna be in Temple of Fiends pretty soon. So let's get some War Mech hype, everyone.
Yeah, I want to see some War Mech. Mostly because I think the coolest monster art is either Chaos or the War Mech for the War Mech bridge. So I want to see War Mech bless RNG in chat.
Bless RNG to your heart's content, everyone. Also, let's follow our runners. They are putting on a really good show here. Lots of strats, lots of Rurus, especially in jkoper. Lots of excitement.
Yeah, this has been a definitely a very interesting race. Lots of back and forth, lots of different strats on display.
Especially the drum strats of saving, going to ordeals, then going back. That's a pretty good strat that is rarely seen.
That's because you really want to be going to ordeals on purpose.
Oh, I always like people, or watching people take a gamble on ordeals. I don't like doing it myself.
It's real exciting.
Yeah, but I do like watching it. Now those double naochos really give good experience too.
Yeah, those sodium 8s do a pretty good job of handing out the EXPs. Speaking of annoying fights, Kaiten is dealing with the Sahag unrunnable, unfortunately.
Deciding not to heal his red mage. If he gets some ghosts, that red mage is gonna go down.
T-Mat doing a relatively solid melee hit to the black belt, but nothing too scary. It's looking like jkoper's gonna be making pretty quick work of T-Mat here.
Yeah, this next round should do it with a Masmune. Doesn't seem like Tiamat roll high defense. Tiamat 1 at least. Yeah, Tiamat goes down.
Tiamat 2 is an entirely different scenario. So that is the 4th orb lit for jkoper. So we're going to see some prep for Temple of Fiends Revisited, and that prep might be not very much at all other than maybe some heal potions, and we'll be diving into the real part of the randomizer here.
Yeah, he already bottled the spells he needs. Probably, yeah, heal potions and just go. And like I said, the red mage goes down from those ghost encounters for not healing him.
Yeah, you called that one. Luckily, life 2 pretty readily available.
It was pretty dangerous because that white mage could have went down too. It's really low on HP.
Yeah, I see no reason to risk it. But he, I don't think he ever picked up Cure 4 for his party, so I don't think he has the easy, quick fill-up.
Kaiten deciding to go up instead of left on the Sea Shrine. Left is faster. I used to go up too, but I realized that left seems faster.
Yep, left is definitely several tiles shorter, but you do get to see more of the. If there's one tile set that I thought seemed unusually empty, it's this floor right here of the Sea Shrine. Like, they bothered to put a lot of weird areas in, and they just didn't put any chests there or anything. It seemed like an odd choice for them.
Yeah, I wonder if they were planning on putting something in and they just didn't have the time or scrapped it.
They could have just put like 20 chests all filled with cabins in there, just to mess with future randomizer players and 30 years later.
Alright, so now it comes down to how many unrunnables jkoper gets, if he dies or not, and Kaiten's gonna do Floating Castle really fast, because it's a short dungeon.
Yeah, the Kaiten is gonna have to scream all the way through Sky Castle to really have any hope of catching up to jkoper at this point. Although your comments about unrunnables are starting off strong with a nice gas D fight for jkoper here.
Yeah, since you can manipulate, you can get a lot of unrunnables. Thankfully, gas dragons should probably not have poison since it's shuffled.
They didn't seem to have a ton of hit points either.
Yeah, and there's a second gas dragon encounter.
Oh jeez. jkoper opting to save his Fade and Nuke charges. Not a terrible, although they do have Fire 3, which is not that great.
I think he can take a few Fire 3s. It's better than poison.
That is true. I will not argue that point with you at all.
Yeah, and since jkoper knows that they have low HP, I agree with saving those Nuke and Fade charges.
Nope, yeah, if you don't have a power leveled fighter black belt that you're carrying in here to take out bosses for you, saving those spell charges is definitely a prudent move. Alright, the Phantom goes down. jkoper opted to check the validation chests, and is not rewarded with his third ribbon, unfortunately.
Well, he doesn't really need it, but it's good to have.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested why he felt the need to check those there. I mean, they were right there and delicious looking, so I can't say I really blame him. Oh, and the Frost Giant Frost Wolf unrunnable. Yeah, if you're going to use Fire 3, now would be the time to do it, probably. It's useful here and on the Earth floor, that's about it.
Yeah, you always get some value with Fire 3. Can never go wrong with Fire 3.
Unless you're fighting literal fire. And even then, it'll hit for 30-40 damage.
Yeah, it's pretty decent if you have nothing else.
Man, those Sleep Frost Wolves being extra annoying.
This might be the last instance of Ruru on Ruru violence.
That's true. A moment of silence for our fallen Ruru brothers.
Yeah, those.
There's been a lot of them this seed.
Those Frost Rurus are going to be decently cooked to feed the other Rurus. Ruru.
Yeah, that was a Ruru flambe right there. But no Tyros, only a T-Rex.
Yeah,
which, while still a crime, is just a misdemeanor.
I have mixed feelings about the T-Rex still. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, I don't have any emotional connection to the T-Rex like I do the Tyro, so you know it's hard for me to tell. But I feel like instinctively it feels wrong. Like in my heart, it feels wrong.
Yeah, it's that little, conscience. Oh, speaking of T-Rexes and Tyros, we got some Tyro on Kaiten's side, and he decides to let it live. Yay!
Yes, People's Champion Kaiten, showing his true colors. Kindness to the Tyros. So Kaiten respecting the memes and definitely earning crowd points on that one, or at least points from this commentator.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for Kaiten's Tyro Mercy strats. I'm not sure about those Ankylos, Will.
All Dino lives matter. Well, jkoper making pretty quick work of the Temple of Fiends so far. Lich was nothing to write home about, and we're gonna see what Carry looks like here.
That
This
black
is not a
belt.
pre-Temple of Fiends since jkoper doesn't have anybody power leveled, so he's gonna have to be a little bit more strategic with his just decisions here instead of steamrolling it like you see some power leveled parties do.
He does have some healthy fast charges, so he can use on every fiend.
Ooh, big hit on carry there.
Yeah. Let's see that crack and
Well, Tyro trying to take a bite out of Kaiten's party, but Kaiten, turning the other cheek, showing that he's the bigger man. Although he's probably not bigger than those Tyros, Cap.
Alright, we got an Ankylo though. They are running amok. Without that T-Rex,
They're redding
put them in
amok.
check.
jkoper making most of his way through the water floor. Haven't seen any unrunnable water scary fights quite yet, so.
Those lobsters, they do hit pretty decently. No, never mind. The fighter just shrugs it off.
Pretty heavily equipped fighter, but yeah, lobsters are kind of up there with ghosts. They have they can roll a pretty high attack stat, and they hit for more attacks than like the ghosts do. So lobsters do a lot of damage to party members that don't have any armor.
Yeah, usually they also do a lot of damage to a well-equipped knight, but this time, yeah, both Batman and lobsters rolled lower than average damage.
I guess they were just okay men this seed.
They were
Mediocre
fairly,
men.
yeah, they were fairly all right men.
Fairly alright. They're meh men.
Indeed.
Alright, jkoper preparing for the Kraken fight here.
I don't see Kraken one-shotting the knight. Maybe. Let's see.
Ooh, he did one shot the black belt, although his black belt's significantly less well defended than the fighter.
Yeah.
Still though, eight crits could. I mean, it's possible, man. It's possible.
Yeah, I'd still be a little bit worried. But he did cast an Invis on the knight, so he should survive. Oh, Kraken with Inferno.
That's a flavor fail right there. How's that fish casting any kind of Inferno? Alright, Kraken goes down. So one of the big gatekeepers of the Temple of Fiends is down, so we've just got a short walk through Tiamat's floor and Tiamat 2 and Chaos here for jkoper. Meanwhile, Kaiten finding out that Medusas do have the ability to stone people, even with this randomizer. Oh, and the 4 worm fight for jkoper, that sucks.
Oh, you never want to see those. And the worms do have their normal damage. Even the knight is feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, those guys definitely tickle a little bit, even if you've got Dragon Armor and an Aegis Shield. And of course, the one guy that survives the spell onslaught is the one that you don't select to attack.
You never want to be that guy.
Tristal in chat letting us know that Kaiten's unusual pathway through the Kraken 4 is exactly 1 step slower than the usual route, so I guess it's not that much slower than we thought.
The more you know. I actually thought it was much slower, but I mean,
I thought it'd be at least 2 since you have to go up and down through doors more than you do with the usual pathway.
Yeah, it just looks longer, but I guess it's the same.
Yeah, I can't argue with math.
Yeah.
Speaking of math, fast plus Masamune equals hurt Tiamat. Oh, no crits! And he attacked before fast.
Yeah,
So
Tiamat.
We got Tiamat in stereo here, except one of them's Tiamat 1, the other one's Tiamat 2.
Tiamat 2 throwing all scientific logic out the window.
Yeah, the Aegis Shield protecting against the Bane, that's so vanilla of you, Tiamat, to be casting Bane like that.
We expected more from you, Tiamat.
Well, he's proving to be unusually resilient here. That's about all he's offered so far. Or she, rather.
Are we gonna see the crack?
I think his white mage cast wall on his Ruru fighter knight, so I think even crack would have been insufficient to stop the onslaught there. But yeah, that was definitely a beefy Tiamat too. She definitely rolled up over her normal hit points.
Yeah. Let's see if Chaos rolled higher than average stats.
I think even if Chaos rolls max 140 of everything, I don't think it's going to be enough to stop jkoper right now.
Yeah, the only thing might be like double nuke or nuclear.
That's true, and I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen a single nuke or nuclear quite yet.
We have not.
So hopefully I did not just jinx jkoper.
Unless the other fiends did have nuke but didn't reach that. I mean, Kari got knocked down, Kappa, out on the first round.
Yeah, that's true, and we didn't see a whole lot out of Lich before he got Lich slapped, so... But we see Kaiten entering the Temple of Fiends here. I never feel bad about losing if my opponent finishes at least while I'm in the Temple of Fiends. Alright, so we got a Power Golem and a Fasted up. Or no, I guess his Black Belt was using the Power Golem.
Quad X does nothing. Still need to see what else he does.
Fire 3, not super dangerous.
Especially with that wall cast.
Yeah, his whole party is ribboned or walled up at this point. Ooh, big hit on the Masamune.
So jkoper might win on this next round if Chaos rolled a little bit lower HP.
Ooh, real low damage nuke there.
Yeah, Chaos usually has really high magic.
Oh, that's a dot done and a GG for jkoper.
That's a GG for jkoper indeed. Alright, let's drop that celebratory rule, especially for jkoper's party. GG. Everyone give these runners a follow. jkoper is still alive. It is 1-1 on the scoreboard. And Kaiten is not out of this yet.
No, yeah, that was definitely well played by jkoper, tying this this series up 1-1. So the next time these two face off, it's going to be in a battle for their winners bracket lives.
Yeah, this is turning up to be really interesting. Next round, I expect to see some really crazy strats, maybe?
At the very least, we know we're going to see one person that callously murders Tyros and T-Rexes and one person that doesn't, I think.
Yeah.
So these Medusas definitely giving Kaiten some trouble. They were bothering him in the Sky Castle, now they're casting Thunder on him.
Oh, Thunder is a pretty decently damaging spell even through the ribbon.
Oof. Yeah, luckily Life 2 charges are quite enough for him there.
Especially with
while we finish up with Kaiten here, let's see if we can't if jkoper's interested in coming in for interview here.
Yeah, we might see him in the waiting room in a bit. He's actually going to the bathroom. Yeah, he's going to the bathroom and he'll be back for the interview. Alright.
We get both these runners in here at the same time while Lich gets a taste of his own medicine with some nuke rolls here.
Yeah, that'll give Kaiten some good time to finish. Kaiten did pretty good. If only he didn't die so much at that marsh cave, this would have been a completely different probably result.
Yeah, I mean it was a bold move, but I think the way the encounters played out, unfortunately, the time he spent or the time he saved not leveling was more than lost, and the time he spent resetting and going into Marsh Cave, unfortunately.
Yeah, even if you have Nuke and Fade, such low HP is really dangerous, especially if you're not willing to use all those Nuke and Fade charges going down. and he had exit. He decided not to go in there with exit, so that's decision-based, not so much luck too, because he had 2 chances to get the TNT and exit out, but he didn't have charges.
Yeah, well, and he also wanted to. He also spent time checking those other chests, which just exposed him to more, damaging enemies. So once he picked up the TNT 3 times, I think. I think that'll be where, if he goes back and reviews his VOD, he might find that ended up costing him a lot more time than he thought.
Yeah, it was a really bold strategy, though. It was really working out really well for him.
Oh yeah, I mean that could have just as easily saved him, 5 minutes, and he could have picked up those levels on the way to Volcano. I mean, I definitely see where he was going with it.
Yeah, and maybe if he didn't die all those times to Marsh Cape, he would not have gone to Ordeals. No, he had to go to Ordeals because he didn't get anything on the Ice Cape. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, both the runners did end up going to Ordeals. It turns out that Earth Cave had all the goods this seed.
Yeah. Really strange though. Usually you don't see Earth Cave matter that much before getting Floater or Ruby or Crown.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of the randomizer. Every tactical situation can be different every time you play.
Yeah, that's what makes this game so good. And bad, if you want to see it that way. Haha, Kappa.
No, Kappa. That's just straight up the truth.
That's just straight up the truth. I agree.
This man speaks the truth. We have all been had seeds where we're just like, all right, I'm done. Like, you win, randomizer. I'm gonna forfeit and just go have a cookie and think about my life.
And cry in my pillow.
Pretty much. Ooh, jkoper getting I think that's the only formation that has waters that is runnable. So that's the simultaneous panic of seeing waters, and then the relief of knowing it's one you can run from.
The one with the Naga and the waters?
Yeah, but Naga and I think up to 3 or 4 waters are in that formation. It's runnable. I think it's the only. Someone in chat might be able to correct me, but I think that's the only formation containing waters that is runnable.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's another formation of those, except just pure waters, but that's unrunnable.
Pure, cool, clean water, my butt. Pure water encounters are awful. Waters are just gross, especially with higher monster scaling, because those guys can scale with super high hit points and attack and just be terrible, even if they don't have any spells or abilities.
Which we might see in later rounds, where round 3 gets up to 220%, I think, increased stats, so that is enough to make you
ruin your day.
Ruin your day, indeed. Yeah.
Kaiten unfortunately doing what I've done so many times and trying to set up a house in the middle of a dungeon and when you're trying to get your heal potions. If only that actually worked. Ooh, Kraken taking a big hit on his fighter, but luckily that armor paying off. Although he won't be able to survive a second one.
Well, he did beat him with
yeah,
that
well,
move.
it doesn't matter.
He doesn't have Cure 4 though, so he's gonna have to waste a few potions on the night. Not that it matters. He's at Tiamat already.
Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of vampires.
Blah.
Blah.
The seven vampires. I guess one of them is a whiz vampire.
Tonight I'm going to.
Oh, they have poison. Oh God, why? He didn't
they
heal
have
before after he got done with Tiamat.
No, okay, he ran away.
Oh, stop and heal, stop running! Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. God.
He took 3 extra steps or 4.
Oh my God.
Why you do this to us?
Oh man, if he had picked up heal 3 on his white mage here, I think he'd be sitting real pretty, but as it is, he's gonna have to spend a lot of his heal potions recovering from that poison fight, unfortunately.
He decides not to heal up his white mage and black mage to full. I understand the OGs, the white mage just went down. I understand not healing up the black mage, but not the white mage.
Well, and as we know, Tiamat does have a real thick skin here. She was a little bit hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, and I don't think he has fast on his red mage, does he?
No, Fast was level 6 only. Learnable, I think, by Red Wizard, but I don't think he went back to get it.
Oh, not like this, chat. Spam not like this in chat, please. Not like this.
Nuclear! Oh my god!
Oh, jeez!
Oh, man, this is the real boss of the seed here. Okay, big hit.
Let's get some not like this
Oh,
in
no.
the chat.
Oh, Kaiten. That is rough. Those poison vampires, jkoper didn't see a single one of those. Although his double ribbon Aegiest up party would have had a little bit more better of a time dealing with them than Kaiten did, unfortunately.
He got too overly eager to go in. He should have just used all of his heal potions and build up his whole party. I mean, his white mage could have done a lot to heal up the party with that heal 3, and the black mage would have been able to cast fast.
Yep, although he never learned heal 3 on his white wizard. I was looking for it in the spell section, and I don't think he has it. So that was never picked up by him in Crescent Lake.
Oh, I see. And he doesn't have Cure 4, if I remember correctly.
He only has it on his
okay.
red mage, I think.
Some fairly alright men for Kaiten.
Some meh men.
Some men.
But Kaiten, putting on the Rocky music in the background, and he's gonna see this one through to the end.
Oh yeah. Probably gonna be the one that there's no easy way out. Haha, Kappa.
Alright. Yeah, no validation check for Kaiten there. He doesn't need those chests.
Yeah, he is too good for those chests. Haha.
And honestly, keeping his Black Mage on the brink of death is not a terrible strat, because if the Black Mage dies, you can full heal him with life too, which he has more charges of than healing at this point.
Yeah, he only had to have that Black Mage survive that tornado for fast, and that's it. Maybe the White Mage with a few... Like, he has some sort of healing, right?
Yeah, his Red Mage has Cure 4.
Oh, okay. Wait, but his Red Mage died from the nuclear then.
Yep. Well, and Team Matt is just beefy. Like, she definitely rolled up on health. I mean, even jkoper took a while to finish him off.
We got jkoper here in the chat with us. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on your victory there, jkoper. You tied up the series quite nicely there.
Thank you.
So,
yeah.
The first question is, how did you feel after that start, dying twice? I mean, having that really bad Temple of Fiends and then dying to some wolves. I also like your names.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad my commentary pandering was effective.
We love the memes.
Yeah. I don't feel... I didn't feel like the deaths at the start cost me too much. Like, the worst thing that happened was I had to go through the level up fanfares and stuff again. You know, I'm pretty sure I hit level 3 different times. Yeah, like, you know, I died after checking the chest, and then I just walked right back up there and didn't check the chest again, and it didn't really take much time. And then I died on the way to Provoca. I was gonna keep the gold and the wear sword to sell in Provoca to buy some stuff. And then I just forgot that, or, you know, I said, let's not do that anymore after I died and just walk straight to Provoca instead. So, yeah, no, I didn't feel like it was,
Yeah, that
necessarily really
first
difficult.
death in the castle, I would agree. You checked the chest and died, but then you just ran straight back there. That first death in Temple of Fiends, I would agree, it didn't really, in the end, cost you very much.
Yeah. I didn't feel like it was difficult too much or anything. I was just, underleveled and I didn't have any healing or saving really. So until I could actually buy some tents or cabins, I prefer to, if I can, if the seed allows it, get a move on as soon as possible and not worry so much about grinding to buy stuff in Canaria at the beginning. So
I like your strat of saving. I watched. Well, the first time I saw this was from Bordist, where you saved near the port to Crescent Lake, and then you went straight to Ordeals. And I assume that if it had nothing, you would just reset and go to Ice Cape.
yeah, but I kept the ribbon, so it seemed worth it.
It was, yeah. It was looking like it was going to be the only one.
Right.
Well, with having to take the ship out of there, yeah, I don't blame you. But Mia and I both agree that the ribbon was worth walking out, especially since it was the first ribbon that you had seen in that whole seed. It could have been the last one you had seen, for all you knew.
Yeah, I didn't save directly outside of ice either. I saved along the river somewhere, and then after I did that, I thought maybe I shouldn't have saved at this point, so I could have reset out of ice if there was nothing there. And I think the best thing of ice might have been the mage staff, maybe, which I hardly used. So, yeah, I think I could have certainly gotten away with just resetting after ice, but then it wasn't that far to walk back to the point where I had saved, and I had the exit ready to cast. Yeah, but Earth was loaded in this seed.
Yeah, it was, and in fact, that was my question for you. Both of you guys actually went to Earth last. After you went to Ordeals and found the ribbon, did you feel like you were behind, or did you kind of feel like the seed felt a little linear at that point? Like, what was going through your mind when you only got a ribbon in Ordeals?
I wasn't thinking about too much there. I did skip the one chest in Earth just because it felt like it was going a little slow, and because I had so many things left to check at that point. And yeah, paid off because I found the slab and crown chest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the crown was in Earth as well, or
oh yeah, and I want to go back to what happened at the beginning. When I died in Temple of Fiends. Sorry, so I found the dragon armor there, and half the benefit of not going back to get it was that I could leave it sit there until I was actually ready to pick it up if I actually found the tail. Finding the tail, then I could just pop right back in there quick and get the dragon armor, which I'd love to have if I do have the tail. But if you don't have the tail, it's a big pain in the butt, of course, to move around the armor inventory.
So, were you planning to do a solo grind on a black belt or not?
I don't know. These flags aren't terribly favorable to it. Because you're always guaranteed that the Agamas are going to have some spells. I could have grinded on like the zombie dragons maybe, but I don't know. It didn't seem that appealing. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we have the most important question is that what was the plan with the cat claw?
Oh, I just equipped it on the black mage so that he could do slightly more marginal damage, maybe take out an enemy or two.
Well,
it's far and away the best weapon he can equip, other than Masmium. So
we just didn't know if you had secret cat claw tech on board.
No. I mean, Yeah, just look at the numbers for it.
I think you just started a new meme. I know that Files and DD Gamings are going to do the Cat Club buying on their tournament round.
Really?
I don't know if I promised that. I told DD Gaming that he should totally go for it. I support him doing that, 100%.
I don't know. Black mages annoy me. That they, they get.
I agree.
I think the next best weapon they get is like a silver knife, maybe the mage staff, perhaps one of those things. But the cat claw is like more than twice as good. So, I don't know. So how many? XXXX right away. At least he got one fast off. Well, that's probably all he was going to use, I would guess.
Yeah, Kaiten was a little bit behind you for the majority of the seed, but what really hurt him is he got the vampire wizard vampire encounter, and the vampires had, I think, poison.
Yeah, he died to Tiamat. He got a vampire encounter before Tiamat, got poisoned really hard, did not heal up to full, and his white mage and black mage went down on the first round to Tornado. And then Tiamat nucleared, killed the red mage, and that was it.
Wait, so he died to Tiamat 1?
Tiamat 2.
He wiped to Tiamat 2?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's getting some pretty big hits in on Chaos here, so hopefully we'll see some
big hits in on him too.
Yeah, that is true.
All right,
there we go.
DD Gaming's Kaiten beats Chaos. Series is tied 1-1, and let's see if we can get him in here. What did you think about this seed, jkoper?
It was pretty nice. If you went to Earth early, if you're the type of person to do that, then you were pretty darn set, that's for sure. Could be like a sub 90 seed.
Hello, Kaiten.
That seed was horrible.
Yeah, you had some bad encounter luck at the end there, that's for sure, Kaiten.
Sub 90s.
GG though.
GG.
So, what did you think about that Marsh Cape?
I don't want to talk about it.
At the end there, that's for sure, Kaiten.
Fun fact is that you were ahead of jkoper up until that point, and after Marsh Cave, he just took the lead and didn't look back.
I figured this seed was gonna be too much for me.
I mean, I don't blame you at all. It was definitely a bold move to go into Marsh Cave a little under-leveled with how many mages you had and how available Fade and Nuke were. It was just, you just kind of got brutalized. I think you picked up the TNT like 3 times this seed.
Yeah, but I forgot I don't have the exit charges, so I was like, oh crap, I forgot.
Yeah, I did some grinding outside of Elfland when I got there. So 1, so that I'd be able to buy exit because I kind of ran out of money, and then 2, so that I'd have charges when I got to Marsh Cave. So I guess that explains how you got there before me, but how I was better prepared.
You actually did fine the entire game, except that one part where you got destroyed in the Marsh Cave. Maybe those vampires with poison. Why didn't you heal your mages to full? You had plenty of healing potions.
I was feeling under pressure. That's why I was like, I needed cross division immediately.
I mean, that's about as brutal a punish for that as you could get, though. 6 vampires all casting poison on you. That's just kind of disgusting.
It was.
Well, you guys, you did tie up the series. You're both at 1-1. Any crazy strategy adjustments or any plans for your final best of 3 match coming up? or just more solid execution?
No idea. Looking forward to that. I'm not even sure when we're doing that, but hopefully we'll get to it soon, and hopefully it'll be a good race like the first two were.
I
You guys
am
definitely put on a good show.
I am hoping for maybe Force White Mage again.
Anything is possible in the Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Yeah, let's hope it's not for Steve. Haha, Kappa.
I'm grateful for Steve, actually.
You ready for it now?
I have a secret weapon just in case that happens.
The secret
Okay.
theme stack. I can't wait to see it.
There are only so many options, so I would question whether any strategies would really be groundbreaking, but I look forward to seeing what you got.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for putting on a good show. Any last things to say before we head out here?
Please, no vampires with poison.
Kappa.
All right, well played, guys. I believe that there is a tournament race in progress going on over at Speed Gaming as we speak. So it would be my guess that we're going to be heading over there. So thanks for tuning in to the matchup tonight, and look forward to more awesome randomizer action at this channel and other places. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Night.